This program brought to you by Guesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy. Guesto.
And welcome to Guest Host Bite It.
आज आपण नक्की
आज हा होता सिदागन for Pizza and Pasta Festival. So yeah,
या आपण एक काम दिलं
you don't like pizza and pasta?
पद आवडला एक काम करतो
So हा होता Festival of Pizza and Pasta. Yes, Siddharth Goa has once again come up with its festival. You can taste these pizzas and pastas from 3rd May to 12th May from 12 noon to 11 at night. Bite It at always has something different for you in stock. माझ्या भशेन तुम्ही पिझ्झा अँड पास्ता फेस्टिवलाबद्दल खूप एक्साइट असतली सो एज आय एम बट वॉट बाईट इट कॅन डू नोबडी कॅन डू फाइंड आउट द सिक्रेट रेसिपीज सो वी हॅव शेफ सुनीत शर्मा विथ अस अँड शेफ विनय वेलकम टू आवर शो सो व्हॉट इज द स्पेशल दॅट आवर व्ह्यूअर्स विल गेट टुडे फ्रॉम यू
Today we are going to showcase a few recipes. One is a pasta, one is a pizza,
Okay.
and we do a pasta again for a dessert.
Wow.
First, this is the refined flour.
Okay.
This is the semolina. Okay. Egg.
Okay.
This is the spinach puree.
Okay.
This is beetroot puree. This is salt.
Okay.
Some onion, garlic, fresh asparagus, and for sauce, this is gorgonzola cheese.
Okay.
This is blue cheese. Yeah,
I'm sure you can get it easily in the market.
easily in the market. So first we put refined flour. 200 gram.
Okay.
Egg yolk
Okay.
with
You're
some
using the whole egg.
whole egg, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, at this time I may add that if you don't want to eat egg, you want to be a vegetarian and you are very strict about it and no eggs, a pasta can be made without eggs. The only thing is that you miss is the little bit of a flavor in the end.
Okay.
But to make it stronger, you need a protein content. So instead of that, you can use milk powder. If you have skimmed milk powder, for a recipe, you can substitute about 2 tablespoons of milk powder and use water instead.
Okay. I think this tip is very important and very favorable to Avinash, who is not here present. My co-host Avinash, even he doesn't eat egg.
Put, ma'am, some sprinkled salt.
Okay.
After you put some olive oil.
Okay.
And you can be generous with the olive oil. One of the healthiest things.
Because in pasta dough we avoid water, ma'am, fresh water. So olive oil is the very important. Some sprinkle water.
Okay.
We add a little bit of the semolina flour towards the end. As you can see over here, it did not take very long to make the dough. Just a few minutes it takes.
Okay.
As we've seen that this was a plain dough, but how it has been mentioned, how we just spoke about, keeping different flavors into it. While you're putting in the moisture, when you put in the eggs, if we had also added the puree, like here you can see boiled spinach puree, and this was beetroot puree.
Okay.
This is boiled and kept ready. The same could have been added. Right now what we've done is we made a plain dough, but we also show you the various dough that can be done.
Okay, chef. And what you have added in this? Just a spinach?
Just boiled spinach pureed with water.
No
Little
salt,
bit of water.
nothing.
No salt, nothing. The salt is there in the dough
Same with
itself.
the beetroot.
Yes, just boiled beetroot and pureed whole.
Okay.
It's not the juice, it's the whole puree.
Okay.
So that there is enough matter, solid matter also. You can see here we did, to save a little bit of time, this is the beetroot dough for making pasta. And we can see here the spinach dough. After you make the dough, you have to keep it, either you cling wrap it, you use plastic film cling wrap to cover it for a while and you rest it for a while before you start rolling it.
सो पास्ता सदा अनहेल्दी आसता अशें ना हांगासर बीटरूट आनी पालक घालून हांच्यांनी पास्ताक एक नवीन टेस्ट दिल्या कांय ना फक्त हांगा पालकाची प्युरी घेतल्या अँड सिमिलरली द बीटरूट प्युरी ऑल्सो विल सी वॉट इज डूइंग
After that, ma'am, divide this dough small parts.
Okay.
For dusting also, as you see, we have used only semolina, which again adds to the, I would say, the body of the pasta towards the end. That once you roll it, you have to roll it very thin to about 2.5 millimeters thick, and then you cut it into the size and the shape you want.
Okay.
Again, you can see these are all dusted with flour and semolina. Same, some green spinach adds flavor, adds nutrition, adds color and appeal to the pasta. These are generally 3-4 ingredients that we use worldwide to flavor and season our pastas.
सो तुम्ही बीटरूट आणि पालकाशिवाय गाजर यूज करू शकता जे आमच्या फ्रीजरान ऑलमोस्ट इट इज देअर एव्हरी किचन.
Now what we have done is, after the whole sheet is rolled, similarly you can have multicolored rolls, 2-3 at the same time, or even one roll if you make one flavor, and you keep it into long strips. Roll it up together so it's easier to cut.
Easier to cut. Okay.
If you have to cut like a straight line, you need either a ruler or something to guide you. Better would be, or rather easier would be this way.
तो शेफान ते पयली ग्रीन लेयर घालून त्याच्यावर बीटरूटचे लेयर घालून रोल केल्या अँड नाव ही इज कटिंग इट. People who usually complain pasta is not healthy, this and that, I think they should see this recipe which
Absolutely,
has
absolutely.
palak also and beetroot also.
You see, food can be made very healthy. Food is not unhealthy by itself. How we treat it, how we cook it, how we don't think about nutrition at one time is what makes it unhealthy.
After that, ma'am, I am giving shape,
Okay.
like that little shape.
So this is just to keep it all together for ease of storage and then later on for cooking as well.
Okay.
If you had left it all open, then they will all stick together after some time.
After some time. Sure. Once it
Great.
is ready.
Yes, we can simultaneously, we have some water boiling with a little salt and a little oil in it, and we can shift it to blanch.
So first I am using olive oil. Okay. Some fresh salads.
Okay.
Garlic. Saute for few minutes. Fresh basil, shredded basil.
Okay.
This is what adds the Italian flavors to Italian food,
the
I would say.
basil.
The olive oil, you start with that.
Fresh cream.
Okay.
Put some asparagus, fresh asparagus.
The asparagus needs to be pre-cooked for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
It needs to be blanched and then cooled and kept.
Okay.
Gorgonzola cheese, blue cheese.
As you can see, the sauce is getting finished. We are going to blanch the pasta.
This is my fresh pasta, so it will take like 3 minutes time.
And you make the sauce just enough to coat the pasta. You don't have it very saucy, you know. It's not supposed to be too much of pasta and too much of sauce.
Pasta is ready, ma'am. Ready to eat.
Ready to eat.
Parmesan cheese,
Okay.
fried cherry tomato for garnish,
Okay.
and this is fried basil for garnish.
Wow. So the dish is all ready. So chef has tried their level best to show it in a very simpler form. I think we should move to next dish.
We're going to start with the pizza base now first. The pizza, as we all know, has a base, and then there is a sauce, and then there is topping. And that all together, 3 layers of it gets baked in a oven. So what we're going to do is first show the base, because it takes a little bit of time to make. It needs a little bit of rest.
Okay.
While the rest is on, we make the sauce and the topping. Let's start with the base.
So today we are making Mediterranean pizza, thin crust Mediterranean pizza.
And pure vegetarian. Here we don't have to do any substitution.
Okay. I think Avinash is missing a very huge treat. He could have eaten the pastas also without egg, and now pizza is also veg.
This is ma'am yeast,
Okay.
fresh yeast. I am putting some sugar
Okay.
and some warm water, and we allow the yeast to develop a little bit. This is all fresh yeast, but needs a little bit of warm place, warm water, and sugar for it to get activated.
Okay.
Once the mixture is activated, in the meantime, the dough needs to start. And we can leave it in a warm place. Either close to a warm place would be like close to an oven, close to the range. If something is cooking just on the side of it, no direct heating required, otherwise the yeast will die.
Okay. So this is very important. गरम जाग्याचेर, warm जाग्याचेर दवरप म्हळ्यार not on the gas. You can keep around the gas.
I am using ma'am refined flour. Semolina ma'am. The ratio is the 3:2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, it is just to make the texture of the base a little bit more crispy, more hard, you know, it gives it more body and also makes it more healthy. If it was only refined flour, what happens is that, you know, we say that not enough fiber is there and it's not good for your digestion.
Yeah.
And this is all becoming junk food. It was not originally junk food.
Seriously, I
We
don't
can
know
make
how,
it all healthy.
after looking at the recipes here, I saw pasta and now I can see the ingredients of pizza. I do not find it unhealthy in any
Absolutely
way.
not. Absolutely not. It's how we approach food.
Yes, true.
It takes about a few minutes for the yeast to get activated, and that's enough time.
After that, olive oil ma'am. I am using lukewarm water.
Okay.
This dough again, as since there is yeast, needs a little bit of rest for it to start fermentation action. First we allowed it to get activated, and then in the dough also we need to ferment it for a bit. So we'll leave it for about 20 minutes.
After that ma'am, I am making sauce
Okay.
for the pizza. I am using some olive oil.
Okay. Olive oil. When it is Italian food, it is most of the times it is olive.
It is always olive oil,
Always.
always. That adds to the taste, that adds to the health of this whole diet.
True.
Some garlic.
Chopped blanched tomatoes, which has been very finely chopped, almost becoming a puree. And we have tomato puree as well. We need to cook it well, we need to chop it very well so that, you know, it should not remain chunky. The idea is then it does not spread very well on a pizza.
Some seasoning. I am giving ma'am some basil flavor.
Okay.
It's come good aroma.
In fact, the same sauce or a similar recipe can be used even to make your pastas. The tomato sauce, this is a very basic tomato sauce. You know what they say, hand tossed pizzas? You do as much of rolling as possible and then you do hand tossing.
Okay.
So that's why we call it hand tossed. And as you can see, one needs to poke the dough a little bit. Since this was a yeast dough, you know, the fermentation has happened. What we're going to do now is show the finishing of the pizza. You can take
First I am using tomato sauce on top pizza base.
There is no need to bake the base first.
need not. This is a one-step pizza baking where we've just made the pizza base, and since we are cooking it in a wood-fired oven, the temperature is very nice, very high, and it all cooks together. What happens is then the gelling of the taste and the flavors blending in happens.
Mozzarella cheese.